Hi guys, this is MattiAce and I'm coming at you here with another video from the Philippines. I'm going to start off with a funny situation here in Cebu City. Yes, what you're watching there is a shotgun. Me and my friend Arendt are checking out a variety of different hotels, and as we went to the front desk of this particular hotel, the thing that really caught our attention was how this security guard had just left his shotgun on the counter like this, while he was sitting on a chair a few meters away. So now, as we're at the subject, let me continue the beginning of this video here with security in the Philippines, or at least some of the things that I've noticed about it. There are a lot of security guards in the Philippines, at least in any of the areas where there are a lot of tourists. Now, the security personnel are heavily armed, and they are also very, very friendly. Every security guard that I ever talked to was very polite, they were always smiling, and they would always help you if you, for example, needed help with direction. Now here is another interesting experience that I would like to share with you. This is on an airplane and we're flying between Cebu and Manila. I'm not entirely sure if this happened during takeoff or when we were landing. Now why this is happening is, as far as I know, because the air outside is so moist, there's so much water in the air, and it is of course also much warmer than the temperature inside the cabin. And once the air comes into the plane, it cools off and it has this visual effect.
Nothing to worry about.
So yeah, don't worry guys, flying is the safest way of traveling, and I'm sure you already knew about it. Now, speaking of traveling, since the Philippines is a country of somewhere around 7,000 islands, I'm pretty sure it goes without saying that some of the domestic traveling includes boats. Now, some of these boat trips might take a while, so a lot of people will take this opportunity to sleep.
Smiley on YouTube.
Now me, personally, I really couldn't sleep during this trip. It was rather noisy. The beds are a little bit too small for me. I'm about 6'2" or 189 if you use the metric system. And being that this is the first time I take a trip like this on a boat such as this, I just couldn't relax enough. This boat trip, by the way, is between Iloilo and Bacolod. And yeah, there was a lot of people who had no trouble sleeping at all. I was thinking about buying some snacks there, but nah, I just didn't have the heart to wake this guy up.
Forget about it.
So yeah, with the Philippines being a poor country, the standard of, well, let's say everything kind of varies. And it varies a lot. And just like everywhere else, they also have buses. The bus that we're on right here is relatively decent standard. But we also traveled with buses that had aircon and TV screens, and basically the same standard as, I would say, a bus in Sweden have. Well, almost at least. And yeah, for the ones of you who doesn't know it, Sweden is where I'm from. Yeah, what you're watching here are fish ponds. This is very common in the Philippines, actually.
What is this? What is this thing? Wait. What is your name? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, along the roads and, well, basically everywhere else on the countryside, you will see all these tiny little stores. Also, many times, they have their stores as part of their house where they live. Now, once you get to know any of the local people here, you'll probably see that they are among the friendliest people you'd ever meet. However, before you get to know anybody, from time to time, you'll probably get swarmed by people that wants to sell you something, and the worst ones, in my opinion at least, are the tricycle drivers who wants to sell you a special. They will charge you about 150, maybe 200 peso, even for a trip that only lasts for like 10 minutes. If you do take a so-called special, you are going to be ripped off. Unfortunately though, there are many places that you might need to go to, like a hotel or a resort or some such, where the only option going there is to take a special. And yeah, then you're just gonna probably have to accept that you're going to be ripped off, even though, to be honest, it's not that much money. So yeah, for a guy like me, I'm rather tall. I'm actually 189 if you use the metric system, or 6'2" if you don't. And one of the questions that I keep getting when I'm in the Philippines is if I am a basketball player. And no, I'm not, even though I have, as a kid and as a teenager, played a lot of sports, basketball being one of them. I really do not consider myself a basketball player. However, basketball seems to be a very popular sport in the Philippines, despite the fact that most people here are rather short. This is recorded in the town Oslo, not far from where you actually watch the whale sharks. This is the evening before we went swimming with whale sharks, to be specific.
Och filma här bara.
Nice. Hello. Good evening. Good evening, huh? Hello. Welcome to Philippines.
Thank you.
Now, next up, I want to share a rather useful tip that I discovered way too late, I might say. And pay attention to that little girl in the tricycle there. Look at what she's holding in her hands. That is a plastic bag with water. Here's how it works. Well, never mind the plastic bag, because I always keep a water bottle with me, or I did once I realized this. What you see here is a water automat. And what you can do here is, by paying 1 peso, you get about a glass of water. And it is well worth it. As I'm sure you know, the Philippines is in the tropics, and it's hot. Now, of course, the plastic bags are there, as you can see, and they're free to use. But yeah, like I said, I will stick to the bottle. And yeah, basically it's as simple as this. You need to know where the water will pour out, which is, yeah, quite obvious. And then you just put 1 peso in there. Now, the design of these machines varies quite a lot, but they're easy to spot anyway. Now, the people of the Philippines are rather fascinated by us foreigners, and the fact that most of them speak decent English makes it very easy to talk to almost all of them. Now, don't get me wrong, you do come across people whose English is so limited that you actually will have a problem keeping up a conversation. But mostly with people that have as bad English as me, or even worse, for the most part you can make yourself understood, you will understand what they're saying, and grammar mistakes or pronunciation errors are not going to cause too many issues.
What's your names?
My name is Vincent. My name is Alea. My name is Jeff. Lana.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You know English pretty good.
Yes.
Because are you that smart? Wow, I'm impressed.
Her father is half German.
Oh, your father's half German? Half German? Half German, half Filipino. Yeah, you've got a little bit of Western look on you. Yeah. I'm filming this, you know, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I understand that. So where are you guys going?
Going to Plaza.
What?
Plaza.
Plaza?
Yes.
You're not going to Plaza.
We're going to practice.
What's happening in Plaza?
Dance hip hop. We're going to practice. We're going to practice dance, hip hop dance.
Practice dancing.
Yes.
Okay.
So we can present it tomorrow.
Okay. Wow. MattiAce. Yeah, I'm from Sweden, so it's it's very far. It's a little bit north of Germany. Yeah, north. It's cold country. So when I'm here, it's too hot for me. Yeah, so I'm sweating. Why? I'm on vacation.
So yeah, this is in Toledo. I'm on my way from my hotel to an American friend who's lived here for some years and who has an apartment about, I would say, 500, maybe 700 meters from the hotel where I'm staying. Now, in general, adults are just as curious and interested in you, who you are, what you do, and some such. But for whatever reason, I feel rather impolite filming a conversation like that. But with children, they just seem super hyped whenever you bring out the camera.
11. You learn English that early?
Yes.
I heard that you didn't learn English until you were 12.
No, we're not.
Yeah, okay, so...
Since we're grade 3.
Yes,
Since we're grade 3. We know English.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's... Wow. Huh? No, you know English very well, actually.
So now here I'm going to show you something that is absolutely adorable, and I learned this about 3 weeks after we arrived to the Philippines.
Okay, I'm gonna ask something here from you. Bless. Thank you. I didn't know about that until yesterday.
Do you know how to speak Filipino?
No, I don't. I'm gonna try to learn Filipino. What's the actual name of your language?
Bisaya.
Visaya. Okay. Oh, there are different languages, right? Yeah. Have a good one. Bye bye. Bye.
So as you can tell, in Cebu and the area around it, they speak Bisaya and not Tagalog, and there are plenty of other languages in the Philippines as well. Now, I really hope you have enjoyed this video. My name is MattiAce, and I want to thank you all for watching.